Texas has kind of taken over the barbecue world, and Texas Monthly have really become kind of the written voice of barbecue in America. I had heard a rumor that Texas Monthly was possibly doing a list of the best barbecue joints outside of Texas. I didn't think we were there yet. So when it comes out and we're number 3, it's kind of this really shocking thing. It's like, oh, are we that good?
So we got the New York Times, Zagat, number 3 in the United States out of 35,000 barbecue restaurants. But now it's just little markers, trying to get little bit markers. If we're number 3, how do we get to number 1?
The owners of Owens and Hull are Rob, Tyler, and Brian. We're just 3 guys who are really into craft barbecue, who came from very different culinary backgrounds.
We add granulated honey to our pork rub. The pork rub goes on our ribs, pork belly, and butts. And then our all-purpose goes on our turkey and our brisket and beef ribs.
Basically, our seasoning is kind of just what we gravitate towards in the seasonings that we like. We like ancho chili, we like granulated garlic, we like salt.
So we hit it with 2 types of salt. So we use Diamond Crystal Kosher on the bottom. It's a finer salt, it will absorb. What this will do is it will actually wick off a little moisture right off the bat, and that way we don't have to use a binder.
We are pepper forward. We use a pretty floral pepper. We're just trying to amplify those flavors that we enjoy.
What we've found is doing this extra layer of pepper just on the top really helps minimize the pooling.
Definitely making sure that you are applying enough seasoning to each protein. Each protein is going to take on salt at different levels.
On a brisket cook day, we get our fires going about 5:30 in the morning. As long as it takes to cook these briskets is as long as me and Brian are here on Friday. So we want to get them on by 7. God, you can go surfing down the river with these things.
I grew up about 30 minutes south of Atlanta in a town called Fayetteville. You know, I'm in the South, so cooking barbecue, whether it's like a slab of ribs, smoking a pork butt, it's kind of something like that my family and I have always done. I saw the Austin episode of Anthony Bourdain's on the Reservation, and I saw Franklin's brisket, and that was something I had never seen. I was like, I need to learn how to make that, because I knew that we didn't have that in Atlanta. So when I saw that, I went out and bought an offset, and I kind of started this whole journey and started doing underground pop-ups in 2019.
Thank God for counterweights.
The names of the smokers: Big Red, which is the 1,000-gallon primitive we got last July, and then the 500-gallon primitive pit. Some people call it Georgia Peach. I call it Helicon 1.
What about the Southern Pride?
Oh, it's Southern Pride.
Yeah, it doesn't get a name.
It doesn't get a name.
Pork goes on overnight.
Okay.
So we usually get it on about 5 p.m. the day before.
Gotcha.
And it'll cook for about 12 to 13 hours. 1 ounce Mexican oregano.
Yep.
2.5 ounces coriander. 1 ounce cumin.
I grew up, I would say, with the Food Network generation. And it's kind of like you're home after school and you just turn on Food Network. So you're watching kind of all those chefs.
So we start with dry chilies, guajillo, ancho, and pasilla. And we'll toast these up just until they get some heat through. Then we'll add some of the onions that we mandolin for service. Cook that down. Add in Worcestershire, beef broth, and our beef cheek.
Brian's work ethic is probably what I appreciate about him the most.
He's in it every day, lives and breathes it. Always tweaking, always figuring, what's that method? Have we done that method? Have we done a method like that method?
He's never worked in a restaurant before, but you'd never know it. It's like somebody walked off the street and just figured it out. So that's what I appreciate about Brian the most.
We want acidity in our dishes. We want balance. So like the chili we make, there's like a underlying sweetness and an underlying acidity to the kind of richness of the chilies and the beef cheeks.
breakfast yet?
No.
All right, cool.
All right. Oh, that's so smooth. I really like the crumble. It has that deep golden sweetness to it, but it also has like a nice saltiness that cuts through that smooth, sweet pudding. You guys killed this. Wow.
Oh yeah.
How do they feel?
Yeah, they're feeling good. So we're running a little bit of a hotter cook on these. So we foil tip them.
You take it and then you wrap it underneath, and almost like you're folding a sandwich. And so now it's gonna stay in place, and I don't have to worry about it because that's all the area that I want wrapped anyway. We got to be hitting 280 at the end to render the fat properly, and so those edges are going to get crispy. So as soon as we started foil tipping it, it kept those edges nice and soft, and we can get better slices, and it's not like shredding at the end.
And yeah, we just turn them so that the flats are facing the firebox, just because they tend to drag a little bit more.
This is so hot right now. Yeah, like I'm just rotating them up, checking on them. Look, man. I know a lot of people are like, check the ribs, but like, use your tools, man. Spare ribs sometimes lie. They'll feel floppy and they're not there. Like, especially in the thicker part with like the rib tip. But if they're hitting 190, that fat's rendered out and that collagen is starting to break down. So that's what we're looking for.
We don't have a grill, so we can't make anything a la minute there. We don't have, a couple burners. We don't have a fryer, and everything's meant to be low and slow. And that's what we enjoy. We know the differences in flavor that's gonna give us.
This is our mustard glaze that goes on top of our ribs once we get ready to wrap them. What's in it is going to be our mustard sauce, and then we take apple cider vinegar and our simple syrup, stir it up. Try a little bit.
Yeah, it should almost be like almost a little too acidic.
You want it a little bit more?
No, that's great.
All right.
That's what I'm looking for. You saw how I'm going kind of side to side and kind of almost at an angle. You want to go with kind of like the flow of the bones. It will get into the crevices and kind of get you a more even glaze.
Chandler's our rock. That guy's been with us since day one. He's like the steadfast dude that you can rely on. Yeah, he's down for anything.
So we have this clause in my contract that every Sunday I have to get a free one or I can't clock in. So that should say enough right there.
That's smart. Did you negotiate that in?
Yeah, it's been like that for about 2.5 years now.
You're a smarty for that one.
Real shit, if we didn't have Chan, if he didn't stick around, I don't think we'd be here.
Our employees, they're not employees to us. They're the reason we can do what we do. These guys have been with us from the beginning, thick and thin. They are the best. Hands down the greatest. And that's why we got number 3. It wasn't just Brian, it wasn't just me, it wasn't just Tyler. It's the whole package. Yes, where the food is so important, but the food wouldn't make it to the plate without your team.
Owens is located in Smyrna, Georgia. It's just a hair west of Atlanta. The vibe here is pretty chill. It's pretty relaxed. I mean, we got the Chattahoochee River in the background there.
That's the Chattahoochee, where it
That's
gets
the
hotter than a
Chattahoochee
hoochie's
vibe,
coochie.
Yeah, Chattahoochee. Yeah, don't go swimming in there. You'll come out with 3 eyes. We're just trying to provide people a fun space. We want people to feel like they can come in here and just relax, have a good time, and have some great barbecue.
The restaurant was designed and furnished almost butcher style, old school. I think it creates a good vibe and a good space, and I'm happy with it. The big thing, having a brewery attached to us, I wanted to be able to open the doors and it look cohesive, like we're neighbors. The space flows together.
What you guys in the mood for today? Did you see the specials we got? Half pound of the Wagyu. Yeah. Some mac and cheese, some grits. Yeah. Of course. Thank you for being so wonderful.
Usually on a Friday when we have a line right out of the gate, I'm the cutter. It's important for me to get through the line and set the tone for the day on the board. If something's sliced and it doesn't look right, if it's not laid on the tray right, if it's not presentable, or if it's not something that you would be like, okay, this is how much money I spent, I feel good about that. Don't serve it to somebody. They chose to spend their hard-earned money with us. We want to give them the best thing possible. And that starts on the block.
Thank you, sir. That's the tea on the way. Thank you.
I want to be able to talk to everybody. I want to be able to table touch. How was it? Can I get that tray away from you? Where are you from? Talk to people, be social, be in the neighborhood.
What I appreciate most about Rob is his level of experience.
I've been in the restaurant industry for 30 years. I've owned 7 restaurants and still love it. A lot of times when I'm at a barbecue restaurant, I get in and I see the place and it's all beautiful, and then I talk to somebody and I get the food and I get back to my table. A lot of times it'll be the last time I see somebody. Nobody's going, how was it? No one's going, hey, what did you think?
Evan's been telling me about this place for 6 months.
None of us would be here without the guest, and our guests are the best guests in the world.
So we're looking for like a temp range in the point. We want it to be between like 204 and 208. Every brisket's different, so it might get up to 210. It's usually not done by that 203 guideline most people give. But if you feel the corner on the slice you'll get burnt ends off of on the lean, you should be able to push in, and it feels like you're gonna push through. That means the lean's done. We will do a foil wrap with tallow. We like the foil wrap with tallow just because we think it adds a little beefiness, adds a little moisture. We also season really aggressively, so it dilutes the salt a little bit.
The hardest part of what we do is the hours. I mean, the amount of work that you have to put in, and you're gonna get here at 5 a.m. and if the briskets aren't done till 9, you're not getting out till 9 or 10. And you gotta be back at 5 a.m. the next day.
So I got into barbecue pretty recently. I mean, I'm from Canada. Growing up in Canada, barbecue was like burgers, hot dogs. If you had ribs, they were boiled in a pot, thrown on a propane grill, and smothered in sauce.
But doing it right?
I just became obsessed, and that led me to seek out Brian.
What I appreciate most about Tyler is that guy and what the work he's did in the places he worked to like even find value in what we're doing, to be like, hey, I want to join that. That's super humbling.
I started working in kitchens when I was 14. Mostly worked in higher end French and Italian restaurants. About 10 years ago, I moved to Thailand with my wife and studied there as much as I could on their food and their culture so that I could come back and use those techniques and feel like some punk kid from Canada could actually cook those things with a little bit of respect and some dignity and paying respect to that culture.
He's not afraid to he's like, hey, we should do this. He's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then we do it. So he came up with that chili crisp crackling, and he's like, all right, how do we impart more flavor on it? How do we build it? It's like, okay, we're gonna throw the crackling on the smoker and smoke it. He's like, well, why don't we douse that in fish sauce and smoke it and see where that gets us?
I want to pull from my experience in other cultures and other types of cuisines and meld that together with American style barbecue.
This one's for you.
Hell yeah. I'll put down my eggs.
Oh yeah, man. That on eggs. Woo.
What do I hope people walk away with when they come and eat a plate of O&H barbecue? Is that was not only one of the best plates of barbecue I've ever had, but it was one of the best meals I've ever had. That's what we're striving for. We want it to be special.
the proteins that we have: beef brisket, slow smoke, nice heavy seasoned, salt and pepper, more in the Texas style for sure.
That is so freaking good. Fat render, immaculate. The cook on the actual brisket is superb. The meat fibers on the point like kind of break apart a little bit, but they snap back together. That's a really well cooked point. And that seam fat right in the middle is so rendered, it's just like butter. Coming from a guy who basically travels the world and eats brisket for a living, this is some of the best brisket I've ever had. Yeah, wow.
We have the ribs. It's definitely Texas-inspired rib. Little mustard sauce right at the finish. Just get a little tacky coat to them.
Well cooked, well seasoned, and I love the glaze. The pepperiness mixed with that glaze almost gives it a taste where it's like a little bit spicy, but in a really good way, in a nice way that complements that pork flavor. Really good rib.
Then we have the sausages, one of our favorite parts, and no one does it as well as Brian. Like that's his calling.
Jalapeno cheddar, Texas classic. Let's try it. Killer sausage, man. Casing is snappy, not overcooked or overheated where like a lot of the fat kind of like leaches out. It's just all like emulsified so perfectly together. I would say if you come here, like make sure you get a link of the sausage, because from all the barbecue places I go to, like I can tell this is a very well executed sausage. Wow.
There's definitely a challenge in beef cheek. Trying to describe beef cheek to someone now, it's like, beef cheek? Where's that come from? The cheek of the cow. It's like eating really moist, fatty brisket without the fat. It's way more rich. It's way more decadent.
Oh. Honestly, this beats brisket to me, man. Like I love beef cheeks. I love the novelty of it. I love the beefiness of it. Because it's so fatty, it's salted so perfectly where it's offsetting that rich, fatty flavor from the beef cheek. Look at this thing, man. It's so sticky and just like so delicious. Wow, fantastic.
Mac and cheese is, oof, it's good. It's one of those things I didn't like for a long time until I had it right. We use smoked Gouda, cheddar, Parm, Jack, Monterey Jack. The soft, gooey, beautiful texture in the middle.
Beautiful. It's very cheesy, but it's not overwhelming. I love the like little crispiness of the cheese on top. It's just a really good Southern style mac and cheese.
If we do a pimento cheese grit, the texture is really good. It's super flavorful. Just, they haven't left the menu. It's a wonderful grit.
Oh, I love that. The pimento works so well with this. Like I'm used to the cheesy jalapeno grits at Goldie's, but man, this like sharp white cheddary grit with that pimento pepper, must have side right here. This is a fantastic one.
If I have to get a side, I'm probably getting a little bit of beef cheek chili. We do it Texas style, no beans. I think those flavors work so well together, especially on the Frito pie.
I love that. That's so good. One of my favorite Frito flavors is the chili cheese Frito. And this is like that, but on steroids. Man, with a little bit of the pickled veg. Killer combination.
And then the bread pudding. That's constantly, every month, we change the bread pudding. I mean, we do different things, different textures, brioche, different breads. Just have fun with it.
So this is a triple chocolate bread pudding, and it's going down the hatch. Oh my gosh, that is not fair. Oh my goodness. A really nice sweetness, and then you get like a little bit of bitterness from the chocolate. And then the bread, it just soaks up all that goodness, and it just makes an incredible dessert. So they only do bread pudding on Sunday. So if you come to Owens and Cole on Sunday, like you have to get the bread pudding. This is like so freaking good. I don't understand why there's not a line going down the block right now. You can come in here on Thursday and just walk in at noon and get a beautiful tray of barbecue. Like that's like mind blowing to me.
We're just making the food we want to eat. I mean, at the end of the day, this is where we found joy and what we enjoy eating, and we want to share that with you.